Thank you, bro.
So I don't do an intro anymore. I just like go right in and like where our conversation's going right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's my new thing. So yeah,
That works.
Kind of like almost a Joe Rogan-esque type of style, you know?
Nice.
Because they like go right in and shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no,
So
it feels cool. I mean,
first podcast of the year. Shit, there you go. That could be our little intro. We could film now. Yeah. Yeah, first podcast of the year with fucking the sexy Harry Mars.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
There
you.
you go. You got the hair down too.
I do. I had to do it for you, Austin.
There you go. I think it's my first time seeing you with the hair down, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because when I came on your podcast, you had your hair up.
Yep. I usually tie it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to manage when it's back.
How do you maintain all that hair?
It takes a little bit of time when you want to have it down. But
Yeah.
You gotta put some products in, plan a little early. But yeah, talk to the girls about that Cantu curling cream. You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh, I was about to ask you. So when you want to impress a lady, do you have it up or down?
Down for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
They like the fucking shaggy hair and shit.
They like the curls, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's the up look is cool too. But yeah, it's easier to maintain when you just toss it up though. So I have this just in case.
There you go. Just in case, whenever the time needs it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what kind of watch is that?
It's an Invicta, man. It's a Pro Diver. It's it's like based off of the silhouette of the Submariner Rolex. I just love this design. It's super clean,
Show it off, man.
Shout out Invicta.
Look at that. He's ready for
Not
a
a
night
fake
out.
Rolly, real Invicta.
You're ready for a night out, dude. Shit.
Thanks, bro.
I actually wanted to read one of your captions on one of your posts, actually,
Very cool.
which will honestly lead to millions of topics and conversation.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. Let me see if I can find it. It's about your past year.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it's your most recent post. And it's like, damn, all right. Great year for Harry. In 2024, Harry, you said you turned 30 years old.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
This is my last year of being in my 20s, so I'm right there, right behind you.
Live it up.
Ran a 5K in 26 minutes, which is wild. Just fucking wild.
Big feat for me.
Played your first 18 holes in golf.
Yep. Shout out Marcus.
Mm-hmm. Started a country duo.
Shout out Marcus.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out Marcus twice. All right. Marcus with a C.
Yes.
Released 31 episodes of your podcast, On Mars Pod.
Shout out On Mars Pod.
And then on top of that, though, you launched Commissioner's Notes.
Yes.
With
Marcus.
There you go.
And
Marcus.
Caleb Klug.
Marcus is the homie.
Yes.
Learn how to play violin, but poorly.
Poorly.
Hey, at least you're trying new things.
Important. I learned how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Hey, that's a start. Yeah, there you go. Baby steps, Wrote more sketch ideas than ever. Learned how to play Texas Hold'em.
Mm-hmm.
My day one brother visited from Africa.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Reconnected with some of my earliest friends through the power of video games.
Beautiful. Met
some of the most talented people. And on top of that, moved into a beautiful new place.
All of that is true.
You're not in that same place anymore when I went
recently moved out. Yeah.
Nice.
I was able to find a new spot in Tempe. Just nice.
Oh, nice.
So now the podcast has its own room with a door.
Ooh,
so
shit.
It's no longer splitting that, that back area that it was.
The living room, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is sweet, man. It feels good to be able to close it off, have like a dedicated space, and then I have like a separate music studio with its own spot, and then I got my bedroom.
Mm-hmm. When did the move happen?
Beginning of this month. Actually, beginning of last month.
Oh, last month.
Yeah, so kind of like I think it was like December 12, I believe. Okay. Yeah, so like mid December.
Nice.
So it's been about a month now.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It feels like I've been there longer, but just ever since I moved in, it's just been just creative project after creative project, man. Yeah. It's awesome. But
staying busy.
Yeah, for sure. Because I live with Daniel Jordan K.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, founder of Overcast AZ, music video director out here, super talented, also a musician. So it's just collective of minds. This is insane.
How did you link up with him?
Through Zach, through Futuristic. Yeah. So Futuristic, that's his videographer right now, his main guy. So to be able to be in a situation where I live with him and also friends with Zach as well, it just feels really nice.
Just to clarify, people, Harry does it all, man. He has his own podcast. He's a musician. He takes killer photos. You do it all, man. And you play violin, but poorly, but he's still playing violin.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you get into music though? Let's start off with that. So like how long you been doing music for? Because I feel like a lot of people still don't know that part about you yet.
Yeah, which is funny.
Yeah.
So I started making music in 2004 when I first learned how to play the clarinet.
There you go.
And I mean, if you really want to backdate it, I was playing dollar store keyboards in like the 2000, you know, in the year 2000. And I remember very vividly not knowing what the notes were, but I would just start at the left side and I would go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And I would go all the way to Z on the keyboard, and I would write the notes on the keyboard, and then I would figure out how to play like Super Mario theme song, and then I would like press all the keys, and I would write down the letters, even though it wasn't the correct notes. But yeah, so it's like ever since then I've just loved music. And 2004 I picked up an instrument though because of my cousins, and then I was able to get into band, played saxophone for a few years, fell in love with the drums and guitar in like 2007, and then I was playing guitar and writing stuff in 2010.
Yeah.
Then I started producing music in 2011.
Dang,
so
man.
it's been a long time, man, and it's actually what brought me out here too, because I'm from Michigan.
There you go.
You know that, I think. I moved out almost 10 years ago now. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It has been 10 years. 10 years in December.
Wow.
It's crazy how time flies, but
That's a full decade, man.
yeah, a full decade. I've lived 1/3 of my life out here, which is wild. But yeah, man, the music stuff, it brought me out here. So it is interesting that a lot of people don't know that I make music.
What about the music stuff out here drew that to you? Like what drew you to the music scene out here?
So when I first visited, it was senior year of high school, and my homie lived out here, and I was able to just hang out with him. And we skated around ASU's campus, and just something about the energy of Tempe really drew me in. So pretty much senior year, I decided like I want to move here one year rather, and with the intention of potentially meeting people and starting in the music industry, producing for others, making my own music, making my own lanes out here. And it wasn't until just right after I turned 20, I was actually able to do that. Moved out here with a job, and shortly after moving out here, actually, I went into the mindset of I want to meet people out here that make music. So I just took to the internet like any young 20-year-old would. So I went on to Twitter.
MySpace even too, maybe?
No, it was 2014.
Okay.
So it was when I moved out here, 2014. So it would have been 2015 when I did this. But it was 3 months into me moving, and I'll never forget. It was 3 months into me moving here, and the current place that I was living at was a lack of a better term, shithole. And I needed to get out, and I was like, now's the time. I either figure it out or I got to go home to Michigan. So I decided I'm going to start reaching out to people online, and I reached out to one guy, and his name was Marcus.
There you go.
Yeah, crazy. In 2015, March, messaged him on Twitter, said, yo, I'm a producer from Michigan, trying to meet people out here, sent him a beat pack, 3 beats, and then he said, yo, these are fire, come through. So I came through and met him, and that's been my boy for 10 years plus. Met all my family out here basically through him, and 99% of my music connections have all come from being affiliated with Marcus, man. So
that is sick. I did not know that, actually.
That's my dog.
There
man.
Go. You and Marcus run deep 10 plus years now.
Yeah, wild.
Wow,
for real.
So like what about Marcus, again, like drew you to him?
His music.
Yeah,
so Marcus is a very talented songwriter.
Yeah,
and it's something that I recognized very early on. He was rapping. So he was a rapper, local rapper, and just something about his delivery and his cadence and his flow just drew me to him. And like I said, he was the only person I have ever hit up. So I listened to a few different people that basically said on Twitter that they go to ASU and that were in the rap scene, because that was the criteria that I wanted to meet, because I wanted to meet people that went to ASU.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was literally just the music that he already had out on SoundCloud. And at the time, it was like SoundCloud was his main thing because that's when SoundCloud was big.
The SoundCloud era.
Yeah, the SoundCloud era. Yeah, and this was like, he wasn't doing a lot of like the auto-tune stuff, you know, it was just like bars. And he was really, really big on the bars.
His
and
flows are crazy, man.
Crazy. No, and even then, you know, it's like, now it's just fucking, it's refined. He's a well-oiled machine. That dude can crank out a hit song in like 30 minutes. I swear to God. He's one of the most efficient writers I've ever worked with in my life. But even then, though, I saw something in him and he saw something in me that we just worked together. Like, we made a beat the first day we hung out. And then it wasn't long after that, like maybe 6 months, that we were actually producing together. And then we ended up basically, I was his DJ and his main producer for his records. So all of his shows, I would be behind on the stage, behind the sticks on the DJ equipment. And then about 6 months after that is when we started the band, which is now This Modern. So we started as a band for Marcus, for rap music. So it was a band that basically I would produce all the rap songs, the hip hop beats, and then we would translate it with real instruments. So I was playing bass in the band, and our boy Ricky was on guitar, and then Sean and Tim, they were, Sean was a drummer, and then Tim was our like manager kind of to a certain degree. But yeah, man, it's crazy that we started that band in 2017. Dude. And now they're still making music today as This Modern. And it's just, it all started from that time.
So what's Teammate Marcus?
Teammate Marcus was Marcus's artist name.
Okay, that's what it was.
Correct. Yeah. And then we basically just adopted it as a band. So it was no longer Teammate Marcus, the solo artist. It was Teammate Marcus, the band.
There you go. Wow, that's incredible though. 10 plus years. I did not know that. And he was the first and only person you hit up?
Correct.
Damn, and it just took off like that.
Yeah. I didn't need to hit anybody else up, man. I just felt like when I met him, it was like, this is what I was looking for. So it's just, I just let it marinate. And then we probably didn't see each other for another like a month after we first hung out. But then it was like a month after we hung out, he started inviting me over to the crib more, and I was going over there like every week. And then it was like every week we'd hang out for a few hours, and we were both working jobs that we hated. And so that was our time to just escape, you know, get a little stoned to write some music. It was the best. Cool. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. You guys are like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, that's my dog, dude. I mean, even to this day, we're working on creative projects. I mean, like we said earlier, the Commissioner's Notes podcast, him hosting, and then we're starting this country duo now together. And just to still be writing with him and creating with him is just a blessing. To have friends for over 10 years is just
that's rare,
a blessing.
Honestly.
So
I saw this this headline of an article that says I think it was like 90% of people that say that they had a best friend that they called a best friend once, they don't have that friend anymore.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah,
it's very
like
sad.
Adults, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I've known my friend Malachi for like 10 plus years, since 2014.
That's a brother Duke.
Yeah, Malachi and his brother Levi.
Yeah,
I feel like they're both equal to me. So it's like weird to say like one's his best friend over the other. They're both equal to me. So I've known them for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, man.
We're still fucking, even though they live in LA, every time we get together, it's like no mistime.
Yes, and I found over the years that those are your real best friends. The ones that you can not see for months, years even. Yeah. And then when you hang out, it's just like no time has passed. And the homie that actually visited out from Africa, he's one of those guys. I've known him since 2008. So, you know, almost 20 years, 17 years I've been friends with this guy, which is wild to even say out loud. But it's like he moved to Africa, and when he comes and sees me after not seeing me for like 2 years, it's like we hang out and just like,
it's like no miss time. You guys dab it up. Yeah, you guys fucking talk about shit.
Hang out, and then when he needs to leave, it's like, damn. Yeah, like damn. This was so fun.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's beautiful to have those types of friendships for real.
I'm sure the time zone is crazy too, because what's their time zone in Africa right now? Because I feel like it'd be hard to talk to each other since it's completely different.
Yeah, we have a little like Instagram group chat. I'm sure a lot of people have that stuff with their distant friends that they just send memes and shit like that. So we have our little thing with a homie from Grand Rapids. So we keep in contact that way, just sending funny stuff back and forth. But yeah, man, it is weird to think about, like, I don't even know what time it is over there. It's probably like 12 hours tomorrow, you know.
So it's 6:30 in the morning.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy though. He's like Central Africa. It's just such a different world out there. Yeah. So it's,
have you ever visited him?
No, absolutely not. No, I have plans to. It's just kind of a weird place where he lives in Burkina Faso, Africa, and I think there's still like a travel advisory to not go there because there's like government tension and there's like so it's like people that aren't from there, it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of got to be in the right areas. So I mean, obviously he lives there, so he knows where to go, where not to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my homie Pat, we've talked about going out there. It's just
one of these days, man.
Yeah. We're potentially even going in 2026.
Okay.
We already talked about it.
Already planning a year in advance.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like a trip like that, you kind of have to, though.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, with everything, dude. I mean, just planning in advance, I found is the biggest lifesaver.
Yeah, I still struggle with planning in advance, but I mean.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So
you plan this in advance?
Yeah. Actually, kind of. We only plan this, Sunday or Monday, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's 3 days in advance. That's still enough time, right? Yeah. Yeah. So what was the transition like, though, you moving from Michigan to here? What was that like?
I remember it being exciting, and it gave me a little bit of nerves in the sense of I didn't know anybody out here. So I didn't know, other than the people that I moved in with, which, like I said, that ended up being kind of a shithole, unfortunately. But it was like, those were the only people I knew. So when it got to a point where I like felt like I needed to move out, I was really back against the wall situation where it's like 3 months in, I got to move out of this place. I don't necessarily love the people that I'm living with anymore. And they're the only people I know. Damn. So it's just like, I kind of had to make moves quick. And yeah, in that moment, it really changed everything because, I actually ended up having to sleep in my car for about 5 days.
That's how rough it got.
In March, yeah, it got really bad to the point where I wasn't even living there technically, and I was like, "Well, I got to do something." So I ended up finding someone that I worked with at the time. I worked at American Airlines at the time.
Oh, damn!
And someone actually had a spot that they offered me to live there with them for like $350, $400 a month, and it was with like 3 other people. So one of those situations, you know. But hey, I didn't have anything. I was living in my car. All of my belongings were in my trunk. So it's like, yes, please. Yeah. So I lived in this loft space that didn't even have like a door for $350 a month.
Hey, you can't beat the price,
dude. It was awesome. It was amazing to be, you know, like blessed. In that moment, it was so important though because it's like. That would, if I wouldn't have been offered that, I would have been back in Michigan. Would have changed my whole life. So, yeah, shout out my boy Patrick, man. Yeah. I no longer keep in contact with him now, but that man saved my life for sure.
Yeah. So it was just roommate tension, like shit got bad with the roommates, and.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously not going to say who it was.
No,
but the friends were from Michigan, and they ended up they didn't really live the cleanest, so they ended up getting bed bugs in the house, and it was in my room. So I ended up getting bed bugs, and it was really sad because it was just like I didn't have anywhere else to sleep. So that's why I ended up having to sleep in the car because it was just like I'm not sleeping there anymore. That's fucked. Yeah, and they like kind of refused to like do anything about it because they were kind of lazy at the time.
They just didn't care. They were unsanitary. They just kind of treated the house like a garbage.
Yeah, I mean, in a this is like a weird thing to think about, but realistically, I would go downstairs into the kitchen and there would be garbage full, but then on top of that, there would be plastic bags hanging from the cabinets that had trash in it.
Damn.
It's like, dog, why don't you just bring the trash outside?
Yeah.
It's like I don't understand.
And I've been to your place once, and you live clean.
I do. Yeah. So that was very, very off, out of my element when I lived there. But
yeah,
I was so new out here, and that was the first time I ever lived with anyone. So it was just like, that's just how they live. I'm not gonna clean up all of their stuff. I'm gonna obviously clean up after myself.
Stuff, yeah.
But you know, I can't control how they live. They're grown adults just like I was at the time. So it's like
that was a tough learning curve right away for you.
Very much so. Yeah, very real life experience to be thrown at me right away. I mean, but I think that ultimately shaped the direction of where I went because if I stayed there, you know, maybe I wouldn't have even met the people that I met because I was comfortable, you know. So the uncomfortability put me in a situation where I needed to find a way out. Otherwise, I was going to go back to Michigan. You know? There's just no way I would have stayed there. So
everything happens for a reason, man.
Every time.
You're not going to find where you want to go in life being comfortable.
Facts.
Yeah.
I think that's such a great point to make, because I think
whoever they're helping, that person's probably not comfortable right now. Yeah.
But on the other side of that,
unfortunately, let's hope they're okay.
No, they're all right.
They're all right.
Now, but yeah, man, that's a great point that you bring up, where it's just like everything positive in my life has always come on the back end of something negative every single time. And I think that's something that more people got to be comfortable with, being uncomfortable, because you end up learning the biggest lessons when you're back against the wall, anxious,
you learn
nervous,
about yourself
so much more about yourself than you do about other people sometimes, where it's like, because you learn how you would handle a situation like that and how you move forward without, like, you know, just giving up.
Yeah. What did you learn most about that experience?
What I learned most about that is that you have to pick who you surround yourself very wisely.
Yeah.
Who you surround yourself with very wisely. And I think that was something that I'm glad that I was with them early, because it showed me how I didn't want to live.
Right.
And that's from that point on, I was very intentional about keeping people around that I cared about and people that care about me, and being very, very strict with myself about, like, not letting people in unless I felt the energy was right.
Right.
And so far, knock on wood,
hey, you're 30 years old now. Dude. Everything's going well for you, man.
Yeah, no, I feel good, man. 10 years in, still out here.
Yeah. Would you consider Arizona your home now, like your actual home?
Yes and
like
no.
If you define home.
Yes. So yes, in the sense that I don't think I can ever leave Arizona. Yes. But Michigan will always be my forever home.
Yeah.
You know, that's where my family lives. That's
like where your heart's at. Yeah.
That's where my heart's at. And I don't think that'll ever go away. But in the future, I'll definitely own a house out there. Yeah. I'll own a house out there. I'll own a house out here. Little condo in Cali.
There you go. You know? Fuck yeah. I can see that. I can see that for you.
Yeah. That's the vibe.
Traveling back and forth between there, here, and then Cali.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Go back to Michigan for the summers, man. It's so beautiful out there, but just can't do the winters, bro.
So you come here from Michigan, and then you deal with that situation, with your living situation, and you meet Marcus, and you're diving into music with Marcus, and you're meeting all these cool connections with Marcus too. Tell me how important that was for you to, like, be with Marcus and to, like, connect with all these musicians at the time that you did.
The most important.
Yeah.
And I really do feel that, because like I said earlier, about like 99% of my musical connections came from being affiliated with Marcus and in that band and producing for that group. And I really do feel like at the time, because music is very... you need people around you to hype it up, especially when you're an up-and-coming artist. And that's something that Marcus had on lock. He's always had a lot of people around him, and he's very good at making friends. He's a people person. Yeah, he knows how to talk to people. He's just a nice dude. So the fact that he had all those people around, I think that was something that I was brought into, which a lot of people don't have. So I think keeping myself around that energy was the biggest thing to keep me motivated, to keep me excited about what I was making. And also, when you're making music for a group of people or even another person other than yourself, there's a certain type of feeling that you get when they love it.
Right.
And it's almost more satisfying than producing for yourself.
Yeah.
And I do feel like having that ability to do that really not only allowed me to put in reps and get better at what I do, but also just be more confident about what I was creating, because it was less me in my head saying like, oh, this is dope, this is not dope, and then just listening to it over and over and just getting over it, you know? It's like when you have other people's validation in a weird way, especially in music, it really helps. And I do feel like that was one of the biggest things that kept me motivated at the beginning.
You know?
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, yeah.
And I think what's cool about you two is the fact that you guys shared the same passion with music, because you were looking for that out here.
Yeah.
Because you moved out here for music, and you guys end up sharing the same passion for music. And obviously, everyone that he surrounded himself with, you guys all shared that passion for music.
Right.
And then fast forward, here you guys are still doing your thing. There you go. And you've made connections with, we talked briefly about it before filming, with Futuristic. And
through Marcus.
Yeah. You're filming, you filmed a few music videos with Futuristic.
That's true. Yep. Yeah, I've worked with a Futuristic on like my own thing outside of Marcus, but I initially met him through Marcus. I'll never forget this. I had to move back to Michigan for 9 months in 2022.
Oh, damn.
And it was a situation where I just needed to leave the spot that I was living at because they were having a baby. They needed the room, and I couldn't find a spot in time, and it was just a lot of things getting shuffled around. So I was like, all right, let me just retreat back to the homeland for a second. So I stayed back there for 9 months, made a few $1,000s, and then came back in September. But while I was out there, I went crazy with the music, and I was just producing like every day. And Marcus actually hit me up out of nowhere and said, yo, started working with Futuristic. He's recording a rock project out here, and this was Never Too Late at the time. Yeah. And he said, if you got anything, shoot it over. And I said, give me 2 hours. And I literally I got into the studio, made something from scratch in like 30 minutes, sent over an idea, and he got back to me, and Futuristic Zach had taken a voice memo over the beat that I had set, and he was already like rapping the melody that he heard on it. And it was just like, he sent that to me. He's like, dude, Zach loves it. He wants to do this, that, or whatever. Yeah. And it was just like, didn't hear anything for like months. And then all of a sudden it was just like, Zach recorded the song. Here's a demo, And I'm in Michigan like, oh, no way. This is crazy. One more, I got a feature with Futuristic, or like I produced for Futuristic, whatever. And the song ends up coming out later, and I ended up meeting him like towards the end of my time in Michigan. I flew out to Arizona to visit, stay with Marcus and stuff, and met Futuristic. But just crazy that it's just like sometimes you just got to be ready for an opportunity like that too, where it's just like
opportunity comes knocking, you got to be ready.
Yeah, dude. And something that Marcus and I have said from the beginning, since we started working together, is say yes. Say yes. And it's something that we've been, when there's an opportunity, say yes, figure it out later.
Yeah, especially if it's an opportunity that you love doing, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it involves for you, if it involves music or something, say yes.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, it comes down to like everything too. Like sometimes when you're more nervous to say yes, that's when you should say yes the most.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like that uncomfortable experience of like having to commit to something is important. And saying yes commits you.
It could go good or it could go bad. And if it goes bad, you learn from it.
Absolutely.
Even if it goes good, you still learn from it. You said yes, and you would have never known what you're capable of if you never said yes.
Exactly. Very important. So that's key to how I got to where I am.
There you go. And let's talk about after all that, what made you start your own podcast, the On Mars podcast?
Yo, shout out my fellow Martians. You know,
we still gotta collaborate one of these days. Yeah, On Mars with, I don't know, Austin Kelly On Mars with Harry. I don't know, something like that.
No, we could. I mean, you can come on the show whenever too. I would love to do with you like a live thing. You know, set up a live thing where we both bring in some people, have a little panel or something like that.
That'd be sick.
It'd be sweet. Make a little event around it. Bring in some of our musical friends to play a show.
There you go. Yeah, I would love that actually. That'd be super sick. And I will say he's a really, really great interviewer. I was actually really nervous coming on because I've never been interviewed before. And yeah, you just made the vibe so comfortable. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, just throughout the whole experience too, it was just easy going. Yeah, super easy to talk to. Yeah.
Thank you, man. I mean, likewise, right now I feel super comfortable. We're just having conversation.
Yeah, no drinks this time.
Yeah, no drinks this time. It's all good.
Maybe next time, you know.
It's all good. It's a dry January, you know.
Yeah, dry January, yeah. Dry January for me with the honeys too. So
yeah, hey, well, but
You're like, anyways.
To answer your question, though.
Maybe it's a good thing. I need to keep my head on straight.
To reel it back in for you, Austin Kelly.
I always go off gear with that.
I started the On Mars pod because I'm surrounded by a lot of creative people. You know that.
Yeah.
So the whole show is creative professionals, entrepreneurs, and other inspiring Martians alike. So I bring on people that are close to me, that I have connections with, that I can talk about their origin stories, and kind of like what we're doing today in a way. Just talk about how they got to where they are today. And a lot of times I find that stuff starts in the childhood. So I wanted to like go back to those early days with a lot of my friends, because there's so many people around me that are so talented, but I don't necessarily know their story. And that was super interesting to me to do it for myself in a way. And I felt like in that same vein, other people would also find it entertaining. So I thought might as well just, because I'm having these conversations anyways off camera, you know, so I
might as well film it.
Might as well film it. And any times I'm with a fellow creative, it's like the flow is just crazy, and I can have conversations with those types of people like nothing, and it's so easy. So I just really wanted to show people kind of like a fly on the wall, like what it feels like to be in the room when these conversations are happening. So that was the intention the whole time, and yeah, I like to continue that.
And you're learning too, also having these conversations, getting to know how they became who they are today. And
for sure. Yeah. Learning about them, and also learning about myself as an interviewer, as just like a creative person in general. And a lot of times I see a lot of similarities in the people, like with myself. So like parallels with other people's stories, and which also makes us closer, because then the people that I have on, I can relate to them more. And I feel like having a podcast has opened so many doors for me that I can't even start to think about if I was thinking about all the doors it's going to open before I even started the pod. I don't even know if I would have got to that point. Yeah. Because the intention would have been off. But it's like, there's been situations where I've got paid gigs doing video and podcast production just from running my own podcast. So it's like, if you do it well and you do it with good intention, people recognize it. So people start to hit you up.
And you do everything yourself.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
The audio, the visual, everything, filming. Yeah, you do it all.
Yeah, it's a large production, and it's a lot of like a burden, but at the same time, if you love it, it doesn't feel like that.
Nah.
Yeah. And as long as you have the right equipment and the know-how, it's not that hard, you know? But again, you gotta know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how I started, to go back to what you were saying, because like I felt like I was surrounded by cool people, creative people that did music. Malachi and Levi, for example, they've been doing music for a long time now, and they're just like finally starting to like get their shit together in LA, and they're gonna start performing shows soon out there, which is cool. But yeah, it just got to that point where it's like, you know what, there's a lot of cool people that I'm friends with. I want to like kind of start a interview show, podcast show, and just talk to them and get to learn something about them, and then maybe someone else that's watching it, they'll get to learn something possibly too. And that's kind of how it all started for me, mainly.
Absolutely. And I remember you were talking about how the Howard Stern show was, or was it Larry King, the king of all
Larry
interviewers. King. Yeah. And so I feel like that when you were talking about that, I feel like that's a huge, I could see the influence from Larry King, but you know, the questions that he would ask, you know, I think you have a great question asking ability.
Imagine a 14, 15-year-old watching Larry King, an old dude in suspenders, interviewing Lady Gaga or some shit like that. It was crazy. Yeah. I would even take down notes. I would have like my little notepad in my bedroom. I'd be like, oh, he asked this question this way, or he transitioned this way, or whatever. And it was, I think I still have that notepad, which is
You got to find him, man. You got to find it. And then once you get your own studio space, hang it up on the wall, frame it.
Honestly, it's like 2 or 3 pages long.
Dude, that's awesome.
Which is crazy,
You were always supposed to be this person.
Yeah, and then you know what's wild, actually? I think we're coming off the 4-year anniversary of his passing. I think January 16th.
Wow.
Or 17th, something like that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. to the king, you know?
Yeah. No.
Married 9 times. Married 9 times.
Yo!
Twice to the same wife.
Damn.
Yeah, can you imagine that? I don't know if I want that from him.
Nah, sometimes I'll meet people, or not meet people, but I'll see people online and I'll say, that's my future ex-wife.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna, for me. Yeah. I mean, I ain't ready to settle down anytime soon. Even when I turn 30. Once you reach a certain age, you probably feel like settling down. I don't think that's going to be me.
Yeah.
Unless it's with the right woman. Because
Yeah.
I ain't just going to get in a relationship with some random girl. It has to be the right woman where I could see how I look at it. I need to visualize bringing them around my family.
Yeah.
And friends, my best friends, my close circle. And can I not just trust them in general with like the relationship? Like obviously that comes, but like, can I trust them just them being around my life with the family, with the best friends? Can I trust them with, if this blows up, can I trust them with that?
Yeah.
That's what I look for.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's important. You have to make sure that your lives integrate together versus you having to give up what you love for your significant other.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big balance that it comes to when having a significant other. And if you don't have that love for each other's loves, it's hard to stay with someone like that because then you giving up your passions for someone. And I think if you change yourself for somebody else, then are you really being yourself?
Right. You probably aren't.
Yeah. So I think there's someone for everyone out there. And I think
somewhere.
So it's just a matter of living and being nice to people, being a genuine person.
I feel like it just comes like I've put it in my own head to where everything happens for a reason. Like I'm a firm believer, like you're guided in the right direction no matter what.
Always.
And if you put that mindset in you and have that in your heart, I feel like you really shouldn't be stressed.
Yeah. The doors open themselves.
They do. Sure. They really do. I firmly believe that. And yeah, that's what I've tried to integrate in my head. Like, you know what? No matter what, I know I'm being guided in some way. So let's just trust the process, Yeah,
you're right, man. I mean, you got to follow the flow sometimes for real, and just ride it, man, and just be. Honestly, the biggest thing is just being a nice person the whole time, because I feel like karmic stuff, even if it's all woohoo whatever, I think the energy of negative stuff is real. So
it is.
The more you do negative stuff, the bunch more negative stuff is going to happen to you. So the more you're spreading positivity and being of service to others, helping lift people up rather than tear them down, you just get blessed. It's crazy.
Literally, it's your intentions, what's in your heart.
Yeah. Exactly.
God knows what's in you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't hide from that.
You can't lie from that. Yeah. You could say you're a good person all you want, but if you're doing some crazy shit on the side that no one knows about, then God's still watching you.
Yeah, that's worse. To be like wearing the mask and then like doing stuff behind closed doors, that's worse. Yeah, that's worse than openly doing it.
Honestly, yeah. So. Like if you're talking shit to someone behind their back and then you're like all buddy with them, the next time you see them, I know some people like that. It's like, man, come on,
unfortunate, bro. For sure.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's when you like sidestep the conversation, change the topic.
Yeah. It's like call people out by name. So and so. Fuck you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's cool. I like what you're doing with your podcast, and I hope you find a lot of great success with it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, continue to do it.
Likewise.
31 episodes in.
Yeah, now we're at 30. Because I released that was just in 2024, but I had a couple episodes in 2023 as well. So it's been a minute. I'm on episode 57 is dropping tomorrow.
Oh fuck, that's right, 57.
Episode 57 is dropping tomorrow. So we officially crossed over the year mark, and It's a thing, but I definitely love it, and I'm glad to get back into it, because when I was transitioning out of that house and with some jobs, I had to take a couple months off, but it feels good to just have a space for it and to be back in the saddle.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do though, to like, sometimes you do have to take a little bit of a step back to kind of get to where you need to be.
For sure.
To move forward, honestly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, you interviewed Shyheem.
I did.
Shy from Prime Society, by the way.
Shout out Shy. That's my dog.
There you go. The one in Sexy Shy.
Dude,
how was that?
That's my dog. Yeah, it was so good, man.
Yeah.
Shy is such a good dude. I met Jay Reed, Infinite, and Juan.
You met all those boys?
I met them at a show recently.
There you go.
For our good friend, the Kaleidoscope Kid. Shout out you, Josh.
Yeah.
I met them. And it was like we were already friends.
Dude, they're so dope.
That crew is so cool, man. They're so talented. I definitely think they're one of the most talented groups in Phoenix.
They are, dude.
So I see nothing but success for those guys.
Mm-hmm. And they're all, they're all the homies. Like, I think, man, I've known them for 5-6 years now. It's wild. Before
That's
they
awesome.
were like barely starting off as Prime Society when I met them. I met them at Cal's party, his birthday party back then. And dude, yeah, even talking to them, meeting them for the first time at the party, it was literally just talking to like someone you've already known for a minute. And
they also have that same energy of like when you talk to them, it's easy, they're easy to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Just really cool people. So actually I already talked to them about like getting together and doing jam sessions and making some music together too, which is exciting, man, because those guys, they're talented musicians on top of being like great artists. Because there's a difference between a musician and an artist, and I think it's very important to recognize that they are very much both.
They know their sound.
Yeah, not only that, but they know how to like play instruments very well.
Yeah,
like classically trained, like that wonton soup boy.
Yeah,
man,
dude, I got some close-up shots of him, dude. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
man, kills it.
Yeah.
So the whole group.
Jay Reed knows we got a little play date coming up soon. I'm not going to say what that is, so we got a little play date.
Yeah, sneak peek.
No, I'm kidding. No, he randomly said like, "Hey, we got to go through some old wrestling magazines, WWE magazines." Yeah, and I'm like, "Dude, let's fucking do it someday."
Yes. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're super dope. I love them. But yeah, man, I wanted to ask you a question. I have the question written down so I wouldn't botch it.
Cool.
Let's see here. Here it is. When you look deep into the past, what do you miss the most? Kind of a deep-ish question too.
Yeah, I miss...
If there is anything you miss from the past.
I miss the convenience of being around my family.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing I miss.
Because they're in Michigan.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to see them, Gotta take a couple planes, even if it's just one plane. It's like 2,000 miles away.
That could be tough.
It is tough, especially when it comes down to like finding time that works for everybody as well. Yeah, because I feel like family was always growing up one of my biggest pillars. So when I kind of got stripped away of that, it was like it made me adapt differently, but I also miss it a lot. To be able to like just go up the street and hang out with the fam. That would be awesome. I always try to get everyone to move out here to Arizona, but that's not happening. But yeah,
you'd be the happiest person in the world if they did.
That'd be crazy, man. That'd be crazy. So I mean, but for now, it's also nice to be able to like separate the two. To be very clear with like family life, and then when I'm here, I'm like working in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like kind of just always in grind mode out here.
Because you're here for a purpose.
I'm here for a purpose, yeah. So it's like I'm doing it all so I can get back to the family, though. You know what I mean? So when I get to a certain point, I'll be able to be successful enough so that way I can go back whenever I want. I can have a spot out there. I can, see my niece grow up.
Dude, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Spend vacation up there and spend like a couple weeks with them, a month up, however long you want.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's like you don't get time back. So that's one thing that I've, as I get into my 30s, I start to realize that although you got to take time to build yourself up, you don't get that time back.
You don't.
Especially as your parents get older, they're going to get sick. Your sister has a kid. And you don't even get to see him.
Time flies like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like you blink your eyes and your niece is 3 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, you want to be a dope uncle to that niece.
Yeah. And right now I'm the uncle that like she sees on pictures and she loves, and she's seen me a few times like in person. I've hung out, but like to be the uncle that's like far away is kind of sad,
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, I just want to like be there.
Yeah. See, that's where I feel like I'm super blessed in, because I'm like just a 20-minute drive from my parents, my family. Yeah. And I never take that for granted. Like anytime I've, been moved out, I've always only been like 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from them, 25 minutes, whatever.
It's beautiful.
And I don't know how old your parents are, but my parents are 70 and 65, 66. And as I've gotten older, especially in the last couple of years, I've known with them being older parents, like I want to spend as much time with them as possible because tomorrow's not promised. Like anything could happen. So it's like it's funny, whenever I do have free time, like the first thing that comes to my mind, if I have free time, it's like, oh, I want to go see my parents. I want to do something with them, you know, like, And my fucking dog. My dog lives there with them.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
Because it's a family dog. I don't want to strip her from her house and shit. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that you have that family value, I think is very important. Yeah. It's, especially as I get older, like my parents are also in their mid to late 60s. So like that, I feel you 100%. And it's like, time doesn't get any slower. That's for sure.
I feel like the older we get, it just goes faster, which is wild. We're already past 2 weeks into the new year. Isn't that crazy?
For real. Yeah, it is wild.
16 days into the new year.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but I feel like 2024 was the fastest year of my life.
Really? Yeah. Sure. Honestly, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like each year, I feel like this year is probably going to end up being the fastest year of our life.
Yeah. As we get older, I think as we get busier too, it's just like, time just goes, man. And then you look back and you're like, man, what have I been doing?
Fuck, I'm already getting gray hairs and shit in my head. So
I was doing my hair today and found a gray hair, dog.
Just a gray hair though. Come on. Oh, dude. There's like hundreds in here. Yeah. If you like dig deep in here, it's crazy.
Dude, I pulled it out and I went, what the?
It's like, what the fuck? And there's a couple in my facial hair too. It's like, damn, that wasn't there last year. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, the salt and pepper look is sick though.
Some of the honeys like that, you know.
Yeah, dude.
It shows them that, you know, maybe you're maturing. Maybe you got a 401k or whatever, you know.
You got wisdom.
Got wisdom. That's what it is. Yeah, makes them want to hop on your bones at that point, you know. Or not, but you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'll be finding myself at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. trimming my little fucking white hairs that are noticeable and shit in the bathroom. It's like, nah, just let it grow out. Yeah. Just let it grow out at this point. You know?
Embrace it, dude.
Embrace it, yeah. Speaking of dogs, dude, your dog is so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 2 dogs now, but yes, thank you so much, man. Yeah. Those are my babies.
Yeah, the
Theo and Leo.
The fucking bug eyes and shit.
Yeah. Yes. Picture right here, maybe.
Yeah, we'll picture it in the reel or something. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, long, prosperous life for your dogs, I'm hoping.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Man. Yes.
Because my dog is 15 and I'm like, damn, if she could make it to 20, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a long life for a dog. So you've how long have you had that 15-year-old dog?
We got her when I was, how old am I? 29. I think I was 15.
Oh, wow. So you've had her since the beginning of her life.
Yeah, I was 15 years old. She was born in 2010, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm thankful that my oldest dog is about, he's going to be 7 in like next month, which is crazy.
That's still prime, though.
Right. He's like halfway through his life, which is awesome. And he's a small dog, little Theo.
Hey, the more money you get, though, the more you're popping off in the future, bro, you'll be able to do anything for that dog.
Yeah. Exactly.
To live a long, prosperous life.
Yeah, he's gonna live. He's gonna meet my kids. You know?
There you go.
Yeah, so we got another.
That dog got another 15, 20 years.
Yeah, you know? Yes, at least. Let's go. Thank you for speaking that into existence.
Nah, dude, anytime with pets, I'm always like, I'm shooting for more.
Yes, man. Yes. No, it's beautiful. I love having dogs. I feel like they also saved my life too.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, because living by myself for a while there, without any family too, it's nice to have a little guy around. You know what I mean?
Because a honey ain't always gonna be there for you, but a dog will.
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, having Theo is the longest relationship I ever had.
7 years. There you go. 7 years. The longest relationship I've ever had was 3 years. And that, you know, we won't get to that. But honestly, I don't even see a relationship with my current dog, that's 15. I don't see a relationship reaching past 15.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if my dog lives to be 20. I ain't seen reach past that and shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, to be...
My dog will always come first regardless. So say, for example, if I started dating someone serious tomorrow, my dog will still be first.
But they will have to know that.
I'll let them know.
And they'll be cool with that.
I'll let them know. I'll be like, yo, like, you're second. Sorry. Like,
yeah.
You know,
when you say it like that, they're like, all right, fuck you.
You're number 2. They'll probably, I mean, they'll probably respect it.
For sure, dude. Yeah. I think the right person for you would love that. And I think they would respect
I'm
that,
second next to a dog. Fuck.
They probably have a little pet too, though. You know?
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know some couples where they look at their pets first over their significant other.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's kind of baby. Normal. It's like their kid.
Yeah, it's their little kid, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, so 2025
Yes.
is here.
It is.
2 weeks in. Do you have any big plans for 2025? What are your goals for 2025?
2025, we got a couple things already in the works, which is exciting. So I already told you the duo that I'm starting with Marcus.
Yes.
That is being recorded as we speak, which is awesome. Very fun. It's country style duo, but it's very much like country fusion. So it's like alternative indie with country twang.
What's the name of the duo?
Mark and Mars.
Mark and Mars?
Mark and Sign
And
Mars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a cool little project. And then I'm also starting a company with Danny Orange. This is super exclusive, but it'll be a videography company.
Nice.
To be able to join forces and tackle some things, which is really exciting. Like to go at it at the same time, you know what I mean? Because he's so talented, and to be able to join forces is a blessing. And then also with Danny, I'm helping him write a lot of music. We actually just had our first song that we wrote together released to the public called On the Internet. Let's go stream that. Danny Orange. If you go to DannyOrange.com, you can go to Spotify. But yeah, so that's exciting to just be in a space where I'm writing music. And then I have Harry Mars solo music coming out this year as well, which is
you've had
super
past
exciting.
solo work. But
Yes. For the first time since 2021, I'm releasing Harry Mars music this year. So yeah, I released my first project in 2020, second project in 2021. So I have like 20 songs that I need to do. That now I'm in a space where I have people around me that can engineer me and help me produce these records to the best of their abilities. I think it's time to. I've been holding them real close to the chest. So the only people that I've heard them are the people that in the circles. So it's really exciting to be able to make music again for the public. Yeah, and then podcast stuff. I think just running On Mars Pod up, Commissioner's Notes Pod. All of that stuff. On Mars has a few guests already lined up. I already told you.
Yeah.
But to just be in a situation where I'm like bulk doing it again, so I can have like 4 in advance and just get back on that train. I'm really excited. And then just producing podcasts for other people just for some money and starting up that type of side hustle is really exciting. So
there you go.
Yeah, just all creative stuff, man. It's great. I feel very blessed to be in a position like this, to be able to just every day work on something every single day.
It's gonna be a creative year.
Yes, very much so. The most creative year I think I've ever had.
You got a lot of things coming, man.
Already, yeah, man.
Exciting. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very stoked. But yeah, we're just getting warmed up.
yeah, it's literally we're just getting warmed up, honestly, man. Yeah,
dude.
Where do you see yourself in a year from now?
In a year from now, I mean, in the same place, like location wise, but just very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah, a year from now,
physically, you're
very
good.
Busy. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think a year from now, like financially, we'll be chilling, you know, and that's gonna be awesome. And to be in a situation where I can already foresee kind of where things are going, it's really exciting. And to just be involved with a bunch of cool shit going on. That's not even necessarily my project, but like stuff with Zach that we're talking about that I can't really talk about, but like things that are going to be coming out that I'm helping him produce in the next, few months.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. And just being involved with people that are talented, I think increasing the pool and kind of gaining more in our network, and I think that's the real goal of
meeting new people and working with new people.
Yeah, man, and just bringing people into this energy that we have, because there's so many people around us that are just gang now. So it's just nice to just keep, you know what I mean?
Fuck, it just keeps growing, and you guys are stronger too.
Yeah,
there you go.
Crazy, man. It's like we're one person away from everything.
That's literally it. Yeah. It only takes, like in your group or in anybody's group, it takes one person, and then that one person, fuck dude, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's set.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, man. So just trying to keep that open, keep that energy up, and just keep people around me that are energetic and have that same mindset too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think that's the most important thing, is keeping people around you that keep you going. That's it.
I agree. I totally agree. And then way in the future, in 2050, I could see you actually going to Mars. Thank you, Elon Musk.
I might be staying right here.
That could be your new home. Your new home.
Yeah, no, on Mars. On Mars, that'd be.
Man, we'll be what, in our mid 50s? We'll be
Yeah,
we'll be 60 something.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
You could do it.
About that. Have you ever seen the movie Total Recall?
No, I have not.
Dude, that's the first thing I think of when I think of people going to Mars.
Yeah.
It's like they go out there and some you
Crazy
just die.
shit. Yeah, just die.
Yeah.
I wonder how they plan on doing that though. Like Elon Musk says he plans on building like a city on Mars.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like,
that's
how is the resources you got to be going back and forth. Like I don't know how that. I mean, he could do it. I'm sure he's the man for it.
Thank you to those people that do that, but not me.
I salute you.
I salute you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine though? That's wild.
No, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I can't imagine being in this position to go to Mars. It takes
Literally
like
go to
6
Mars.
months one way just to get there.
Yeah. I feel like if
Good.
you go there, you have to be dedicated to pretty much just live there at that point.
Oh yeah,
6 month trip.
they're probably gonna make you sign a waiver
Honestly,
or like a thing where it's like, if you go, you can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean,
Say bye to Earth.
they want everyone that's gonna go there to help build it.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of gotta be like signing up for that, which
Sign
is
your life away.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
literally.
Literally
It's
sign your life
yeah,
away.
like literally, like no, you are now a soldier for the Martian army.
There you go. Damn.
That is damn. No way. Couldn't be me. Not me. I'll be right here, bro.
You and your doggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, shit. hopefully, 45 years from now.
Well, you'll have new dogs by then. Let's just say it's safe to say that by 2050, yeah. Unless some crazy new technology comes and makes dogs live to be 30 or 40. You never know.
Yeah, start pumping in that old young blood in them.
Yeah, there you go.
Like some
Crazy
weird shit.
Dude, so any last words, man? Any last words to the people
To the people.
that might be watching and listening and all that fun stuff?
Hey, man. Well, to the people, if you are listening,
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching The Austin Kelly Show. Thanks for checking me out. Go to @onmarspod.com and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the podcast. Harry Mars _ if you want to check out what I'm doing. But, man, realistically, y'all just got to keep doing what you doing. Everybody that's watching this, if you have a dream, keep pushing. Because I promise you, on the other side of that weird anxiety that you got is the most exciting green grass and sunshine that you never thought was possible. I promise.
You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you won't know what you're really about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, famous last words. Thank you, Austin, for
There
having
you
me.
go.
Dude. This is awesome.
So sexy to have you on, Harry.
I appreciate
So
it.
sexy. We got to do more content together.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. My fellow Martians,
Fellow
if you're
Martians.
watching,
There
thank
you go.
you. Love you.
I
See you
feel like
next
we
time.
kind of have the same audience in a sense, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You got to call your people something.
There you go.
The Austin Kelly viewers.
The Austin Kelly viewers.
What do you want to call them?
I don't know.
What do they call people from Austin, Texas? Austinites?
Austinites. We could do Austinites. There we go. Something like that. We'll work on the name.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll keep it in though.
My AKs, because Austin Kelly, my AKs.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
My AKs. That'd be a
Yes.
good one.
Yes. No.
All right, my AKs. That's another episode of the Austin Kelly Show, and check out Harry.
Yes. Thank you guys
on
so
all
much.
platforms, literally everywhere.
Yes. Yes. And if you want to go stream the music, it's at Harry Mars. And then go listen to Danny Orange on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff because we got some great stuff coming out this year. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Love you.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Hell yeah, dude.
Man, I'm holding in a piss too. Dude, I'm like.